as they won back at home at Gehring by that final of 35-6. Alliance scored both in the passing game, also in the run game. At 1-3, their losses have come to emerging C1 team Mitchell. Of course, had the TV special on them, visited the Tigers at practice earlier this week, and they look the part for a C1 football team right now, 5-0, and Class B stalwart losses for Alliance to York and Northwest. Speaking of Northwest, they came west last week with revenge on their mind against Scottsbluff, but for the first time this season, the Bearcats looked like the Bearcats, as they physically dominated the Vikings en route to a 27-20 win at Bearcat Stadium. That win has the Cats set up for a late season run in hopes of hosting a home playoff game in round one. Time to bring in my partner, former Scottsbluff quarterback and defensive back Noah Bruner. Noah, last week I think we both of us probably, let's be honest, a little surprised at maybe how well Scottsbluff played, especially considering the results from earlier in the season and the opponent. But they look like Scottsbluff finally. Now the trick, can they put that back together and do it for a second straight week, build consistency? And we see the same thing again here tonight. I think we should all walk out of here feeling like this is another just Scottsbluff football team.
Yeah, both these teams are coming off huge wins last week. But this is an Alliance offense that struggles against the pressure against good teams. So we'll be watching for that tonight. And if Scottsbluff's able to get some pressure on them, I think Alliance is going to struggle.
It's the Platte Valley Company's pregame show. We'll start to dive into our pregame coaches' interviews coming up here in just a moment. It'll be Alliance head coach Chris Seabaum up first when we come back right after this here tonight on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show on the Rural Radio Network.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Valley Company's pregame show. We got KNEB.TV and radio tonight here on the road with Scottsbluff at Alliance. Time to get some pregame coaches' comments in with Alliance head coach Chris Seabaum, friend of the program. Great guy, does a great job with this Alliance program year in and year out, coach. And you did a great job last night in a tough situation. Down some kids. Of course, Gehring was down a bunch of kids, so really an interesting ball game. And I think everybody maybe around thought this one was going to be close. And, I mean, you got guys kind of turned it into a laugher. Huge second quarter, up 28-0 at halftime, and walked out of there with an easy win. You had to be pretty pleased, especially with the adversity you guys have been dealing with.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, like you said, both teams were dealing with adversity. We got kind of lucky and caught them off guard first play on offense, and but after that, I thought we did really well. I thought our defensive coordinator had a good game plan set up for what they were going to do defensively. We were able to establish the line of scrimmage and run the football, and that seemed to help out in terms of our play action passes and Chase King getting open some more for some yards. And our running backs ran well. I thought we pursued the ball well on defense, and I was glad we got a win and glad we got out of there healthy.
Let's talk about Cason Clark, your quarterback. I mean, I've seen him a ton in basketball. This kid's big. He can be physical. He's an athlete. Obviously, he can chunk it. How good is he? What are his strengths, and what are some areas you feel he needs some fine-tuning with?
This is probably the first time since I started coaching I have a quarterback that can look over the lineman and throw it to somebody. So that is definitely a benefit with his height. But he's actually a really quiet kid. He just goes out there and leads by example. And like you said, you can see it on a basketball court. He doesn't get flustered. That's just his personality, which is really nice. But, you know, the thing that he probably needs to work on, that he's still working on, and I'm working on it with him, is just making sure his reads are right. I mean, last year we used him as a wide receiver because of his height, and he's got great hands. And so he took the role over as a starting quarterback, and there's a learning curve that comes with that. You got to know who to look at. You got to know and identify blitzes and what to do in certain situations. So he kind of learns more and more every week, but I've been very happy with what he's been able to do and how he's distributed the ball on offense.
Keegan Grant, Chase King. I mean, these guys are some nice little game breakers for you. To the ball gets in their hands in the right spot, they can do some damage, can't they?
Yeah, same thing. Chase came out again. I think Chase came out his freshman year, then his sophomore year, came out last year as a junior and started playing again, did some good things. And this year, I think the game's starting to slow down for him, and he's doing some, he's finding openings after he catches the ball. And so it's just that 1 year that he missed, he's finally coming into his own and doing that. And Keegan Grant's another one of those guys that stepped up and got the start for the first time on offense. He's done a great job, and he's getting better every week as an outside linebacker too. So these guys that either stepped into positions or are coming back and learning more, I'm pleased with, and I think that we're developing the right way at the right time, so it's a positive.
How do you coach differently, or how do you converse with your kids maybe a little differently in a week like this? Now, granted, you've played York and Northwest, two teams that are pretty physical. Mitchell, obviously, but, I mean, Scottsbluff, they're going to bring physicality almost to that next level. You guys are going to be undersized in a bunch of different spots. What do you talk to your kids about in terms of dealing with the physicality and trying to match it or find a way to deal with it in some way?
Yeah, well, we know, we've played Scottsbluff plenty of times, so we know that they're an off-tackle football team and what they do, and so we have to be, all of that comes off of being disciplined on defense. If outside linebackers or defensive ends get too far upfield, they're just going to wash you out and run underneath you. So everything is based on discipline. If we do our jobs, then they'll have a harder time running the ball, and defensive backs, I say it every year, you can't fall asleep, because as soon as you think they're going to run the ball again, you get your eyes in the backfield, they're going to run right by you. And they've done that all year long. So we just have to know what our responsibilities are and execute those. We know that defensively, when they're on defense, they're going to show us a lot of different looks, even fronts, odd fronts, lots of blitzes, stuff like that. So again, even offensively, our linemen can't get flustered. They have to do their jobs, focus on the blocking schemes, and execute them. And so that's something that gets exposed quick when you play like a team like Scottsbluff. Let's
finish up right now with Alliance head coach Chris Seabaum. Quick key to the game here, Coach, brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty. You hit on a bunch of things right there you have to do well. So I'm curious, getting off to a good start, whether it's an early stop defensively, finding a way to get a turnover, or simply just a good drive somewhere in that first quarter, put some points on the board. How key is something like one of those things happening going to be?
Yeah, momentum is a huge thing. I don't care if it's high school, college, the NFL. If you can generate momentum, especially if you're at home, that's a big thing, and it goes against you in the other direction. So I think that, again, we have to execute. We feel like we have a good game plan. I know Scottsbluff feels like they have a good game plan, and we have to execute it and get some points on the board early and match, if they do score. Because I never come into a Scottsbluff game thinking that there's going to be a shutout, because they're very good at what they do. So we have to match scores for scores. We have to match turnovers. We have to take care of the ball on our side. And if we can get a big score, a big turnover, that's going to be huge in generating that momentum that'll carry us a long ways.
Coach, always appreciate the time, man. Enjoy talking some football with you. Looking forward to seeing your football team here tonight, and best of luck in this one, Coach.
Thanks, Chris.
We'll be back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network. We're back to...
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gearing, call Allstate agent Michael Engelhop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
Happy for our kids and the performance that they were able to put together on the field last Friday.
What aspect? I mean, I mentioned Brett. I mentioned the physical, dominant line play, both sides of the line of scrimmage. Defense needed a standout game, and they got it. What really, as far as what the head coach was thinking afterwards, what stood out the most to you?
I think we had a really good week of practice last week, and I think that just everything that we did to prepare ourselves, or what the kids did to prepare themselves, came out on Friday night. I think everyone was in tune with the game plan. Nobody had any questions. We knew our responsibility.
Pregame show with Scottsbluff head.
And we were able to play fast. And I think if you're able to play fast and you're not questioning what you're doing, good things will happen. So I think that game on Friday night was won Monday through Thursday with an outstanding week of practice.
Brett had his coming out moment last year at McCook with the touchdown pass to Jack to win the football game. Got the start against Alliance when Bash was kind of resting up and making sure he was going to be good for the stretch run in the postseason. So he didn't come into the year without experience or without having to be counted on or relied on, but now as the first time being the full-time starter, it really felt like this was his breakout game. And when the game ended, he held the ball high above his head with his right hand, gripping it, and you could just tell how much it meant to him to get this win and lead the team.
Maybe probably took a little bit of pressure off of Brett. Not that he should feel any pressure at all, but being able to play in a big-time game like that and get a win, I'm sure it felt good for Brett, and it felt good for a lot of our kids. To put in the time, put in the effort, and then to see it come through in a positive manner on Friday, that's what you hope for all your kids.
When did you sense on the sideline that the line play was going to be your guys running the show on Friday night? And once you guys took over physically, they did not get any of that back. You guys kind of ran the show, both sides of the trenches. When did you get a feeling that you were in control physically?
Kind of after that first, I think it was our second possession when we were able to march down the field and score. You know, we were getting 4, 5, 7 yards at a time against, and you know, from film, in my opinion, the best defense that we had seen so far. So as that that second drive was going, and we were able to kind of move the ball on them, loosen them up a little bit with some early passes in that drive. But then when we were running the ball and getting 4, 5, 7 yards at a time, it was a good feeling to have, because then you kind of have everything in your playbook. You don't have to rely on one certain thing. You can do multiple things, and against a good defense, you have to be able to do multiple things. So, you know, that second drive when those guys took over, they knew where they came off that after the first drive and told us exactly where they were lining up at. Said, "Coach, they're lining up right where you told us." And I go, "Well, yeah, that's kind of what we want." So when they came off and told us that, and then they were settled in that second drive, I had a good feeling that it was going to be a positive night for us.
You know, whether it was you and I talking last year and you driving the point home, that when Sebastian has these touchbacks kicking the ball off, that makes it tough on an opponent's offense. Coach Benson always used to say it is hard for high school offenses to consistently drive the ball 80 yards and find pay dirt. You guys scored 4 touchdowns on 80-yard drives last week. That is something serious, Coach.
That's kind of unheard of. You know, I can't remember a time that we've ever done that before. It's just pretty amazing that our kids were locked in, had no penalties in those situations, no turnovers. We never got in negative behind the sticks. Everything kind of just went according to plan. And, you know, that's credit to our kids. Like I said, Monday through Thursday, they prepared themselves for a battle against a good team. And, you know, we went out there and executed our game plan perfectly on both sides of the ball that night.
Need to talk about district play. We'll visit about Alliance when we come back right after this on the Rural Radio Network. Plant Valley.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leave Heads.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
At Renewal by Andersen, it's about our people. We're a family-owned local company with the best windows, patio doors, and installation teams anywhere. But before our customers ever get to installation, they speak with our advisors in the office. We're so proud of our people. They're very experienced, organized, and at Renewal by Andersen, we know that our customers' time is so valuable. We assure you signature service from the first phone call to the installation day. Renewal by Andersen, a local family company. It's about our people.
Coach Judd Hall. Coach, Alliance started the year with what's turned into a juggernaut in Mitchell, still undefeated. Played York, played Northwest, had a game with Hastings canceled. So really, if you're Coach Seabaum, you really weren't even maybe sure exactly what you guys were going to be about until last week when they finally were able to put it together, hang 30-plus, and win over at Gehring. And in talking with him, he said, look, we hung in these games with Northwest and with York. So what are you seeing from Alliance when you put the film on?
Seeing a typical Alliance team, a team that's going to play extremely hard on both sides of the ball, a team that's going to be extremely well coached, and a team that's not going to quit and not give up. It's going to be a huge task on Friday night. It always is when you get into district play. Alliance is always a difficult place to play up there, but we're going to have our hands full. They have athletes in their skill positions. They can be huge up front. They have a team that doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
Kason Clark, man, he's a big kid. He can be physical on the basketball floor. He's got a big arm. I would imagine he can get outside the pocket, move around a little bit if need be. So, and it's his first year playing. Coach Seabaum admits there's things that they're still trying to iron out, some of the rough edges on some of his reads. So, what do you guys have to do to kind of take advantage of a first-year quarterback?
We have to disguise what we're trying to do defensively again. I think we did a good job of that the last week. So we're going to have to disguise where we're coming from in our blitz game, change it up on him. He's a true pass-first guy. He's not going to really look to run some power read or Q read stuff at us. Very serviceable when he's in the pocket, delivers the ball to his wide-open receivers. If we don't know where we're going or if we leave guys open, he's going to be able to take advantage of that.
How's your week of practice been as far as the guys being able to bounce back off an emotional high and get ready for district play? Are they locked in right now?
I think so. We came in on Monday and told them we were in the exact same spot that Grand Island Northwest was in last week. You know, you come off a huge win, and if you look at records and you look at scores, you probably tell yourself that you think you should win the game on Friday night, and you cannot think that way. So we kind of didn't take long to bring him back down to earth on Monday. We told him that we were going to coach him extremely hard this week because it was our job not to let happen what happened to Grand Island Northwest on Friday night.
And we'll wrap it up with Coach Hall right now, finishing up here with a key to the game brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of that lifetime warranty, and you get that with every vehicle purchase there, new vehicle purchase at Team Auto. So, Coach, what's it take tonight, whether it's something special teams, OD, or just mentality? What do you guys have to do to get that W?
Key to the game is going to be our physicality in the game. I think we have to match Alliance's physicality and their toughness. You know, Alliance has been a tough team, a physical team ever since I moved to Scottsbluff, and I think we have to match that from the get-go and take the game to them right from the start.
Cats coming off a big one last week, another one on tap here tonight at rival Alliance. Head coach Judd Hall, as always, thanks for the time, and best of luck, and go get them in this one.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
We'll come back with more kickoff in just a few minutes on the Rural Radio Network. Back.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Logos in Gehring is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gehring.
the Alliance High School Pep Band with the playing of the national anthem tonight. We're just a few moments away from opening kickoff. Scottsbluff comes in with a record of 2-3. NSAA official record, though, going to be at 1-2. Those games against Columbus and Custer do not count in the PowerPoints or with the NSAA. Alliance and their record now at 1-3. Had the one cancellation, would have been a home game here against Hastings. Boy, the wind was kicking on the drive up this afternoon. Right now, and it flat got chilly. It is 52 degrees according to the iPhone right now here in Alliance. We've got a north-northeast wind at 23 miles per hour. Alliance won the toss and deferred, so the Bearcats will get the football to start this ball game out tonight. Chris Cottrell, Noah Bruner with you from our Logos broadcast booth. Logos is your home for all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Shop their showroom. You can also have something custom-made. Logos downtown Gehring. As for the starting lineup for the Bearcats on the offensive side, up front, the big guys, Tony Mokiak, Chance Simons on the left side, center Tyler Smith, right side of that line at guard, Kellen Hayes, and right tackle Nick Mogg, who did a tremendous job last week against a stout sophomore for Northwest. That's 3 seniors and 2 juniors in the trenches on this offensive line. They average about 243 pounds. Trevor Schwartz at a tight end, 6'3", 215, a junior. Christian Arnold came up with 2 big catches last week, his first 2 grabs of the season. Quarterback Brett Hill, the 5'11", 160-pound senior, did a tremendous job. The best game he played so far this year last week. And, of course, in the backfield, we'll see Alex Galindo at the wingback, Jackson Ostick at the halfback. Both guys rushed for over 100 yards a week ago. And that sniffer fullback type spot, that'll be Evan Hegum, 6'2", 215. The big guy is a senior. Starting lineups for Scottsbluff on the offensive side are brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. Learn more at wncc.edu. Now time for our opening kickoff, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza. And Jose Rodriguez brings it out across the 30 to the 35, and they'll mark him down at the 40-yard line. So Scottsbluff with good starting field position here for this drive. Back to Papa Murphy's quickly. Find him at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff, where it's always love at 425 degrees. Dan Marshall, his crew, they do a great job at Papa Murphy's. Offensive line now set. 2 tight ends set. Traditional look, and the handoff goes to Alex Galindo, and he's got plenty of room to run. Gain of 20 already, tripped up inside the Alliance 40 at the 38. A gain of 22 on first down and 10, and might as well come out knowing to sort of try to just flex a little bit with that physical dominance up front, and they get it to Alex, and he picks up 22.
Yeah, already we see them coming out with a little bit of confidence, and that offensive line creating another huge hole, continuing what they did all of last week.
Just 30 seconds in, and Scottsbluff on the move here. 1st and 10. They'll put 2 receivers into the formation. Left side, Galindo, wing back right. Preston Anderson in the game. They're going to toss it out to Jackson Ostick into the flat, and he'll be dropped at the 35-yard line, a pickup of 3 on the completion from Hill to Jackson Ostick. Ostick coming into this one, 7 catches for 15 yards, so hasn't picked up a whole lot in the way of yardage, but gets 3 there on the short little dump off, his 8th grab of the season. 2nd down and 7. The give to Galindo, tries to bounce it out, left side, cuts back near the far sideline, and eventually dropped after a gain of what looks to be 2 yards, and that'll make it, and they're going to give him 3, and that'll set up about a 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 on the scoreboard. 10:34 to play here in the opening quarter. Scottsbluff with a 3rd down and 4 to go. Snap to Hill, give to Ostick. Ostick off the right side. He'll take it across the 30 down to around needed the 29, might be just shy, so that'll be a pickup of 3, and it'll be 4th down and less than a yard now for the Cats, and I would imagine power football coming out of the huddle right here.
Yeah, look for an ISO or maybe a 24 power here.
So I'm guessing 24 power, that's Brett's number, right?
No, that's actually a handoff to probably Ostick back there. Just going through the 4 hole, the second hole to the center.
Oh, two
right
back,
center.
24. 2 back,
Yep.
4 hole.
Yep.
Fourth and about 6 inches.
So they brought the chains out for a quick measurement. It is 4th down. Loudspeaker says about 6 inches. Great eyeballs from the press box for the PA announcer. Officially 4th and 1 on the scoreboard. 10-10 to play here in this opening quarter. Hill barks out the count. Gives it to Galindo. Galindo to the second level. Still on his feet. Pushed down from behind that time. And in on the tackle for Alliance was Keegan Grant. Line of scrimmage was the 29 and a gain of 6 on the play for Galindo, and it'll set up a 1st and 10 situation now for the Cats. Clock at 9:45. Handoff this time goes to Jace Wilkinson, and that is not what you want to see trucking at you if you're a defensive back. Wilkinson takes it to the second level inside the 15. They'll mark him down at the 13-yard line. A gain. Nope, that'll be a gain of 10 for Jace Wilkinson. So Scottsbluff featuring a new ball carrier. A new look in the passing game on the short dump off to the left flat earlier. So already some new stuff, some new wrinkles here for Judd Hall. Handoff to Galindo. Alex and the all-whites here on the road tonight. Brought down inside the 10. Line of scrimmage was the 13. That'll be a gain of 5 for Alex. 5'8", 155. Noah, he's run a lot bigger, a lot tougher than those measurables would say right now this year.
Yep, he always runs the ball hard, and he's not afraid to stick his nose in there either. Put his shoulder down, truck a defender.
Early this year was more of an outside runner. He's really showed that ability to run up inside here in the last few weeks. This time, quarterback power. Brett Hill straight ahead, and he'll be chopped down at around the 7-yard line, so a gain of 2. And that'll make it 3rd down and 4 now for the Bearcats. Defensively, for Alliance, up along the front line, you've got Jackson Premble, Isaiah Martinez. Jace Moss is still listed as out for tonight. Got that info from Alliance radio man Mike Glessinger earlier. He was on their starting lineup earlier in the week from Coach Seabaum. Linebackers, Lystritz, Nagaki, Acosta, and Grant. 3rd down and 4. Cats can pick up the 1st down. Still on this center downs. Handoff goes to Alex. Galindo runs off right tackle. Nick Mogg over on that side. Kellen Hayes as well. And a 7-yard touchdown run here in the first quarter with 8. Well, the clock continued to run there for a moment. We'll see where they... Loudspeaker said 7:58. It's now at 7:54. Either way, Galindo on a 7-yard touchdown run, and the PAT is missed. That's a rarity this year for Placido Rodriguez. So 7:54 to go in the opening quarter. Scottsbluff marches with the opening drive for a touchdown. They lead 6-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
A missed PAT for the Cats. They do lead at 6-0. Alliance kind of fumbles the ball around on the kick return and finally securing it and bring it back across the 25-yard line is Jaden Kelly. And they will mark the football now at the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10. Noah, you heard Coach Seabaum in the pregame say, we got to find a way to match scores, and this offense going to be tested early as Scottsbluff takes the opening drive and gets 6 on the board. And we'll see what this Bulldog offense has to offer tonight.
Yeah, and this Scottsbluff defense isn't going to be any easier to run the ball against because last week they dominated GI.
Now they will pitch it out to the right. Keegan Grant, little option look that time. Scottsbluff swarming to the football. Getting it across the line of scrimmage for a pickup of 2. Keegan Grant on the carry. 61 rushes this year for 286 yards. Got his first touchdown last week. He averages just under 5 yards a carry. High formation, Kason Clark, the big 6'5" senior quarterback. They will run it off tackle this time. And that looks like Grant. And Grant
picks up a couple of yards, tackled by Nick Mogg.
Gets it out to the just shy of the 35-yard line. So a gain of 5. And now they will roll. They've got an open receiver. It's Chase King across midfield. King inside the Scottsbluff 40 and tackled and shoved out of bounds at the 32. Gain of 34 on the play as Clark connects with Chase King. King, 6'2", 155. That was his 18th reception on the season. Kellen Muir has 14. And Kason Clark, he's completing about 60% of his passes and gets off the schneid with a big completion on his first attempt of the night here this evening. And similar to Scottsbluff, just a few plays into this opening drive for Alliance, and they are into Scottsbluff territory just outside the 30. High formation behind Clark under center. Clark will take the snap, pitch it right. Grant is met by Wilkinson. Also there, Nick Mogg, and that'll be a loss of 1. That's a tough duo to run against and run to that side. Jace Wilkinson's really emerged this year, and of course Nick Mogg, one of the best in Class B.
And it is Mogtober.
It is Mogtober now, no doubt about that. We flipped the calendar, so you can expect the best from Nick Mogg moving forward this year. Short gain. Well, let's see. It looks like they're going to say no gain. So 3rd down and 11, and Scottsbluff probably looking to pin their ears back a little bit here and get after the passer. Straight drop from Clark, but he runs into his tailback. Clark moves out to his left, gets hammered, did not get rid of the football, and Hazel Mendoza, now they're going to say incomplete pass. Yeah, they're going to move the sticks. The down marker back to that 4th and 11 spot. So luckily for Alliance, Clark got rid of the football, I guess, but Hazel Mendoza tracked him all the way to the sideline, and he's got to be quicker to get rid of that thing.
Yeah, he paid the price for holding on to that one. Hazel Mendoza laid a good hit on him.
Hazel Mendoza has really been coming on here in the last few weeks. He's up to 26 total tackles, 15 unassisted. Got a quarterback hurry last week. And on 4th and 11, a design run now for Kason Clark. A little power football inside the Scottsbluff 30 to the 28-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough when they needed 11. And that'll be a 4-down stop for this Bearcat defense. So Alliance sort of moves the football. The bend but don't break motto comes into play there for the Cats. Force the turnover on downs, and we'll see what they have to offer here on offensive drive number 2 of the night. Hill in the gun. They'll motion Galindo into the backfield. The inside handoff goes to the back who started to the left of Hill, and that was Jackson Ostick. And he'll get it to the 30 for a pickup of 2 yards. It'll make it 2nd down and 8. I think really what shocked a lot of people last week, Noah, just the sheer physical dominance Scottsbluff showed against GI.
Yeah, nobody was really expecting it. It was really a different physicality from the Scottsbluff team that we hadn't seen the past few weeks.
They will give it to Galindo, trying to run wide, and a good tackle up from his inside linebacker spot. Nolan Nagaki, 5'11", 170. And on 2nd down and 8, that'll be a loss of 5 and set up 3rd down and 13. Nagaki shoots a gap, gets into the backfield, and drops Alex Galindo. Nagaki missed last week. Alliance had a nice group of kids quarantined, and unlike Gearing, some of those kids for Alliance were starters. Gearing now back to full strength tonight on the road at Lexington. Brett Hill rolls out to his left. That pass is almost intercepted by a linebacker sliding out into the left flat that time, Logan Lystritz. And that pass falls incomplete. Luckily was not intercepted. And it'll be 4th down in a punting situation now for Scottsbluff. So often you're focused on the defensive back and you don't have your eyes in the right spot. It's tough to see that linebacker just kind of sliding out into that area. Rodriguez deep punt, bounces it around the 27, takes a Scottsbluff roll inside the 15-yard line, and eventually down at the 14. That is a 60-yard punt for Placido Rodriguez. And Alliance, they get the 3 and out, but now they're backed up inside their own 20. In fact, inside their own 15. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 14-yard line.
This is a big drive for them, especially if they want to go score for score. They got lucky and got a stop against Scottsbluff here now. You got to take advantage of it.
They'll come out with an I formation. Kason Clark, first-year starting quarterback, he's under center. The inside handoff goes to Lystritz. And Logan Lystritz picks up 3, and that'll make it 2nd down and 7. Clock down to 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Man running here in this first quarter. Scottsbluff's lead is 6-0, a 60-yard scoring drive on their first possession of the night. Alex Galindo, a 7-yard touchdown run. Clark in the pistol. Takes the snap, straight drop. They're trying to set up a little screen pass, and too high. Now we're going to get a late hit, I believe, on Tyler Smith, it looks like. Roughing the passer is the signal. And that'll cost the Bearcats 15 and a fresh set of downs now for Alliance.
Going to give the Bulldogs a 1st down.
So they'll move the football now out across the 30 to the 33-yard line, and that's just a mistake that that'll get the coaches a little upset, I'd imagine, on the sideline. Incomplete pass. You'd had them 3rd down and long, backed up into their own zone, and now a little breathing room. High formation behind Clark. Clark, they will run ISO straight ahead with Keegan Grant. Not a lot doing there. Chase Wilkinson. There's Isaiah Torres up off the pile helping out on that stop. Gain of 1 is all for Grant.
I think we're seeing each team try to feel out the other team's defense. Really not taking a whole lot of risk at this point. Kind of just feeling it out.
Alliance has attempted the 2 passes, the big connection earlier to King, and then the incomplete screen pass that did produce the 15-yard penalty. High pitch, and turning the corner is Grant. Outside contain was lost that time by the backer, Tyrone Shanks. Let's double check and make sure. Yeah, that was Shanks. But Grant out to cross, just across the 40-yard line. Gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down and about 3 now for Alliance on the run from Keegan Grant.
And we saw Shanks have a really good game last week. See if he can continue some of that stuff, some of those plays that he made last week.
Yeah, dropped into the flat. Nice pass coverage. Had a nice open field tackle on that same drive. 3rd down and 3. 2:45 to play in the quarter. We're getting a flag flying in from the near sideline.
There's a flag on the field.
Scottsbluff leads this one 6-0 here in the first quarter. And it'll be a false start whistled against Alliance. So from 3rd and 3 now to 3rd down and 8. Halftime, Lexington up 7-6 on Gearing. We saw that Mitchell score earlier. They're hosting Gothenburg. They were down 14-0 at halftime. Aurora at McCook, leading 21-7 at halftime. We were super impressed with what we saw from Aurora earlier this year, especially in that second half. Little play action. Clark rolls it out, fires, and he's got Chase King, who's at midfield, the 45. King across the 40, inside the 30, down the far sideline, pushed out of bounds after a big gainer to the 19-yard line. Pickup of 36 yards on the pass play from Kason Clark to Chase King. Second time tonight those two have gotten together, and both have been big gainers.
Yeah, it looked like it was a simple drag route, and Brett Hill may have just played it a little bit too far behind him and couldn't make the tackle.
2:32 to go here in the first quarter. Alliance football inside the red zone at the 19. They hand it off to Lystritz. Lystritz, not a lot there. Isaiah Torres on the tackle. But I like that. Alliance confident enough in their offensive line to live with a 2 or 3 yard gain on first down. Keeps pretty much the entire playbook open for them. And look, their offensive line averages 246. So now what's under the pads with those big guys for both these lines, we'll find out as far as strength and heart goes. But just the raw numbers, Alliance size-wise, could hang in there tonight. We'll see. Little option look. Clark on the pitch. Grant stutter steps his way to the 15. And Brett Hill, I think we're going to get a horse collar tackle on Hill, as Grant picked up 5 on the carry. We're down to 1 minute and 49 seconds to play. It'll be a face mask on Brett Hill. So Alliance will get a half the distance to the goal mark off here.
Personal foul, face mask on Scott.
And they will have the football left hash just inside the 6 yard line. Alliance knocking on the door. Trips right, single back, Kason Clark in the pistol. Cats bringing a lot of heat. A slant route, and that ball is no signal yet. Looks like they're going to mark it down as a catch at the 1 yard line. So a gain. Now they'll mark it at the 2. Pickup of 4. Kellen Muir, his 15th catch of the season, and it'll be second down and goal now for the Bulldogs. Under a minute and a half to play here in this first quarter, and Alliance trying to punch one into the end zone. High formation. Ball between the hashes. Hand off to Grant Keegan. Grant, power football, and denied shy of the goal line. A pickup of 1 for Grant.
Looked like Evan Hagum shot through that gap. Just held him short of the goal line there. Good play.
Hagum coming into play tonight had 17 unassisted tackles, 31 total. 2 tackles behind the line of scrimmage and a forced fumble. A stalwart. Played a lot of snaps at that inside backer spot the last 2 years. Third down and goal for Alliance. They will give it to Lystritz, and Lystritz falls forward. He fumbled the football, and we've got a touchback being signaled by the official standing in the end zone. Lystritz fumbles the football, and Scottsbluff has the recovery in the end zone. So a critical error there for
Fumble is recovered by Scottsbluff.
Alliance. That is, you just cannot have it. Trying to spring an upset on your home field. You're knocking on the door, literally on the doorstep. And the fumble with 28 seconds to play in the first. Critical error.
And a huge confidence breaker there for the Alliance Bulldogs too.
Yeah, confidence breaker. You hear about confidence boosts and momentum. That is a confidence breaker, no doubt. Handoff for the Bearcats goes to Jackson Ostick. He'll pick up 4 on that first down run. It'll be second down. Check that, 3. Second down and 7 now for the Cats. Not sure if we'll get a snap before the end of this first quarter. Down to 4 seconds on the clock. Brett Hill is going to let the clock run out here in the first quarter. Alliance had a chance to tie, maybe take the lead with a PAT. They coughed the football up on the key play of the first quarter, and after one, Scottsbluff leads it 6-0 on our West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Allo Communications has an exciting update on our Allo for Education program. This season alone, we have donated another $125,000 to local schools across our fiberhoods. That's over $325,000 since we started. We are committed to our communities, our schools, closing the digital divide, and building a brighter future for our students. Make the switch to Allo today and we'll donate $50 to the participating school of your choice. Allo for Education ends on September 30th, so hurry and visit us at allofiber.com/education.
6-0 Scottsbluff with the lead here as we start the second quarter. Inside give to Jackson Ostick, who's tripped up as he was trying to get to that second, third level in the run game that time. He picks up 5, and it'll be third down and less than a yard. A critical error there, Noah. You called it a confidence breaker. Alliance was on the doorstep looking to time, maybe take the lead. Now it's Scottsbluff with the football back and a 6-0 lead. Double tight end set. Galindo to the left of Hill. They hand it to Alex Galindo. Pushing the pile forward, the help of his offensive line. He took the line of scrimmage was the 29-yard line, and Galindo picks up 10 out to the 39, and it'll be first down. Tackle on the play was made by Nolan Nagaki, that inside linebacker. Been on a few stops here early. So first and 10 for the Cats. Again, two tight end set. Ball just inside the left hash mark. Handoff goes to Jace Wilkinson. Wilkinson, hard charging. Boy, a lot of knee lift, leg drive from Jace Wilkinson. He looks like he's going to be tough to tackle.
Give credit to this Alliance defense, too. Really limiting explosive plays, only giving about 5 or 6 yards. But those 5 or 6 yards runs will add up.
Pick up a 6 on first down. Second down and 4. Ball left hash. They're going to give it to Galindo. And Alex Galindo will be stopped shy of the first down line to make. Pick up of 3. It'll be third down and 1. Jackson Preble there defensively. Also there up from his linebacker spot, Jesus Acosta, who has 39 tackles on the season. That leads Alliance. Third and short, ball just shy of midfield. They'll flip the formation, strong side left now, two tight end set. They will give it to Ostick. Ostick, not a lot, didn't need a lot, and he'll get just enough to move the chains. Gain of 1 for Ostick to the 49, ball just shy of midfield.
And once again, we see those linebackers flying around, making good plays, not really giving up a whole lot of yards there.
First and 10, Scottsbluff with it. Just shy of the 50. Low snap, straight drop from Hill. Brett looks left. He's got Alex Galindo wide open at the 21. He'll walk into the end zone. The second touchdown of the night from Alex Galindo, and this one covers 51 yards in the passing game. With 9 minutes and 34 seconds to play here in the first half, Hill to Galindo, 51 yards, and that ball was on the money.
Yeah, it was a great throw. And I was just wondering when Coach Hall was going to try and open it up, throw a shot pass in there. Guess we got our answer there.
Hit him right in stride. Alex caught it. Never had to adjust for the route. Easy walk-in score. Now Scottsbluff going to go for 2, and it'll be a little pitch play, and that'll be a 2-point pass as Hill to Galindo on the 2-point pass, and that extends the lead to 14-0. Cats hit the big pass play, and they go up by 2 scores on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Boy, crushing turnover.
That was huge.
The Trail and KNEB.TV coverage for you tonight. Chris Cottrell, Noah Bruner, TV producer TJ Albright. Here at Alliance, Scottsbluff. Chase King slips on the return. So Alliance will start shy of their own 20-yard line. They got it down to the 1 on their last drive, and Logan Lystritz fumbled going into the end zone. Scottsbluff then goes 80 yards for the response, and they now lead 14-0. They want that little screen play again, set up nicely. Evan Hegum sheds the blocker and gets there to make the tackle, and what could have been a big play stopped to a gain of around 5 yards. Nice play by Evan Hegum. And Smith in on the stop as well.
Yeah, like you said, he did a great job of shedding that block. Really letting his eyes take him where the ball was there.
And then the reason Smith's able to get in on that tackle is Hegum really forced that play back inside. Inside give this time to Lystritz, trying to regain some confidence after that fumble earlier. No gain, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 now for Alliance. It feels like a first down here is a near must for Alliance to just continue to possess the football for a little bit and not give it right back to the Cats.
Yep, that would be a huge play if they can convert this here.
Kason Clark into the huddle. Alliance comes to the line of scrimmage. Isaiah Martinez over the football. 8 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the half. Straight drop. Clark cocks and fires, and that pass is incomplete. And we're going to get a flag thrown from deep into the secondary. And a pass interference call will go against Scottsbluff. Galindo on the coverage. And it was Jaden Kelly, the intended receiver. You don't get that head turned around, it's almost a near certainty they're going to throw the flag.
And we saw Northwest pick on Alex last week a little bit. And really, if you watch film on that, you're going to probably implement that in your game plan too.
Kelly 5'11", 160, but that still gives him about a 3-inch height advantage on Alex, 5'8". For the senior cornerback, James Bruner on the other side, just the opposite. He goes 6'4". And Northwest, their big touchdown that tied the game last week, came against Alex on that fade ball. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. I formation behind Clark. Cats show blitz, and we get a fumbled exchange there between quarterback and running back and on the handoff. Keegan Grant falls on it. That'll be a loss at 2, and we also have a injured Alliance Bulldog. Looks like one of their offensive linemen. I see a 7 on the front of that jersey. We won't speculate any further than that. Cannot tell, but they're going right to his left knee. Injured player for Alliance down at around the 35-yard line. And no, Alliance, you can't afford injuries. The depth in a matchup against Scottsbluff could show up in a big way.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Those big offensive linemen are always key for that running game too.
This line averages 246 pounds for Alliance, and they've got one of the big fellas down right now at the 35. Injury timeout. We'll step away and come back with more. 7:57 to play in the first half. Scottsbluff leading Alliance 14-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Yeah, it was Jackson Preble, 6'2", 250, a senior, goes out with what looked to be a left knee injury. Hard count from Alliance on 2nd down and 12, and I think that was Chance Simons who took the bait and jumped off sides from that right defensive end spot. And they'll get him off and have a quick talking to, and they reinsert Nick Mogg onto that defensive line. Oh, no biggie. You jump offside, we'll take you out, and we'll put Nick Mogg in there, see what he can do.
Yeah, Scottsbluff D-line is great depth for sure.
2 receivers left. Single guy split out here to the right. I formation, 2nd down and 7. Play action pass, and that is intercepted by Brett Hill. Kason Clark was drifting back, threw it off his back foot, and over to the opposite sideline around the numbers, and that ball was picked off at around the Alliance 48-yard line. Return of about 14, and now the Cats are set up inside Alliance territory. Clark throws the INT. Comes with 7:47 to play in the second quarter. Scottsbluff +2 right now in the turnover battle tonight, and that is a losing recipe if you're Alliance, turning the ball over against this Bearcat football team. Inside handoff to Jackson Ostick. Nagaki shoots a gap, and they drop Jackson Ostick behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Nagaki been active all night.
Yeah, like you said, those 2 turnovers are going to be really, really hard to look back on when you're Alliance later in the game if it becomes closer.
2nd down and 11. Cats have it at the Bulldog 35. They fake the handoff to Ostick. It's Brett Hill on the quarterback keeper. Pretty much like off tackle, left side there. And a gain of 2 yards is all to be 3rd down and 9. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving their clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst to learn more at 632-7561. Together, you'll go far. 3rd down. This will be 4-down territory for the Cats. 3rd down and 8 at the Alliance 33. They'll roll Hill to the left. And that pass is intercepted. That linebacker dropping into the flats. And Keegan Grant comes up with the INT. So we swap interceptions here over the last few moments. And Scottsbluff turns it over for the first time tonight. Hill with the interception just over a minute after Clark threw the INT. That's twice tonight. We've seen that linebacker on the underneath route kind of getting Brett's way, and didn't see that one. It got lucky on the first. The ball was a little too tall and out of the reach for the backer. Now Clark takes to the air. The Alliance near sideline. Their coaching staff wanted a hold of the arm here on Galindo.
Jaden Kelly.
Ball overthrown, wanted Jaden Kelly on the near sideline on the go route. Galindo there defensively. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Going back to the interception there, that's if you're Scottsbluff, that's exactly what you don't want to do. You don't want to let this Lions team stay in the game and possibly have any chance of coming back.
Is that just overall vision, or what is that when you're missing those linebackers?
Yeah, it's a tough play when those linebackers are covering 2 guys and you got 2 guys running close routes to each other.
Little option look this time and nothing doing. Chance Simons also coming up from his outside linebacker spot. Jared Baltazar, after a couple of missed games, back here tonight. Even with 2 games missed, Jared has 25 total tackles on the season. Pitch to Grant, and that's a loss of 1. Now make it 3rd down and 11. 5 minutes and 51 seconds to play here in the first half. I formation. They will go play action. And this pass is incomplete. Well behind the intended target, Jaden Kelly. And now we're going to get a late flag.
The pass to Jaden Kelly falls incomplete. There are flags on the field.
And let's check it. We're going to get a personal foul. Not sure if it's going to go both ways. Well, I saw maybe 2 separate calls going against the Lions. Hands to the face and then a personal foul.
And unsportsmanlike conduct, both on the Lions.
So another sign you don't want to see your kids, if your Alliance down 2 scores, already starting to lose your cool. I mean, it's one thing to have that happen if a ball game's out of hand and you're frustrated, but you got to stay really into it here. Just a 14-0 game. Can't let these penalties affect you.
And this hurts your field position battle when you punt the ball off after losing 15 or so yards.
That makes it 4th and 33.
So 4th down and 33. I'm not sure there's anything in the playbook here, so we'll see a 3rd and 33, excuse me. So, yeah, we'll see what Alliance, maybe one of those screens they've tried to run here a couple of times already tonight.
And if you're Scottsbluff, you're kind of just going to play a little prevent, see where your eyes take you, keep everything in front of you.
Trips left, no backs, 2 receivers right. Ball inside the right hash mark. Line of scrimmage, the 14, and Alliance plays it safe. They'll keep it on the ground with Kason Clark. He'll run it across the 15 and get dropped out at the 17-yard line. So that's a gain of only 3, and that'll make it 4th and 30. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the first half. And as you said, Scottsbluff going to get some, you would expect to get pretty good starting field position here. Jose Rodriguez now moves his feet to around the 48 of Scottsbluff's side of the field. Chance for a return here. Rodriguez has it at the 50. At the Alliance 45, we've got a flag down, and then Rodriguez down at about the Alliance 40-yard line. But based on where that flag was thrown, Scottsbluff will start this possession back inside the 50 on their side of the field. Well, what do you think so far tonight from the catch? You like what you see?
Yeah, I think they're playing almost a little bit down, a little bit worse than they were playing last week, obviously, because that was a huge win for them, and they made a lot of good plays in that. It's hard to live up to those plays. But for the most part, they seem pretty solid.
Outside of the interception, with no interception on that last drive, you move the football, maybe score, you're up 3 already, but now they force the punt. 4:56 to play in the half. We'll see what kind of drive they've got in them here. They'll start at their own 46-yard line. Snap to Hill. Give to Ostick. He'll turn the corner right side. Jackson across the 50. And Jackson Ostick will be pushed out of bounds. Looks like about a yard shy of the first down. Give him 9 on the carry.
Ostick with a 9-yard carry.
So far this year, Ostick came into play having picked up 326 on the ground. Galindo had rushed for 369, and Hill had rushed for 200. Give to Alex Galindo. And Galindo will be tackled by Jesus Acosta, but I believe he's going to have enough to move the chains. Needed one, got two. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats at the Alliance 42-yard line. Arnold tight end left. Schwartz on the right side. Bookending that big offensive line. Double tight end set. Hand off to Ostick. He'll run right. Picked up 9 on that same look earlier on this drive. This time he's got the football down inside the 40. Looks like the 40 or 36-yard line. So a gain of 6.
And we're seeing Scottsbluff being very patient with this running game. This is how they want to play. They'll take a 4 or 5 yard gain every time. They just want to pound it down your throats.
Mokiak, Simons, Smith, Hayes, and Mogg all up front paving the way. They switch the formation to the left. They'll run that power outside run with Ostick. That'll move the chains. Pickup of 5. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball just shy of the 30-yard line. And Noah, those 4, 5, 6-yard runs in this first half, those same runs turned into 12, 16, 20, and touchdown runs later in the ball game.
Exactly, and also gives your defense a good chance to rest when you convert first downs.
Hand off again to Ostick. He's been the main ball carrier on this drive. Cutback run, and now a late flag is thrown. Boy, that's going to be another personal foul against Alliance. And you just can't have it. Playing the role of underdog at home and in the ball game still. Ostick picks up 8. Now they tack on the extra yardage, and Scottsbluff will have it 1st and 10. And the insult to the penalty here is they've got it at the 11, so can still pick up a first down around the goal line. 14-0 Scottsbluff. All whites here tonight. Look sharp on the road. Good color contrast between these two teams. Snap to Hill. Give to Alex Galindo. Galindo, boy, stays on his feet, tumbles into the end zone, ran into the back of one of his own blockers. I think it really kind of threw off an Alliance defender. He bounced off and ran right by a defender who really didn't even make a play for the tackle. And that's an 11-yard touchdown run with 2:58 to play here in the first half. Alex has all 3 scores on the night. Gives him double-digit touchdowns on the season. The kick from Rodriguez splits the uprights, and with 2:58 to play in the first half, it's Scottsbluff now pulling away here, 21-0. They lead it on the West Coast scoreboard.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Scottsbluff kicks it away to Alliance. Chase King on the return. Stutter stepping around the 25. Eventually tackled at the 31-yard line. 2:54 to play. Alliance has lost their cool a few times here in the last few minutes, and that just does not bode well for them staying in this thing mentally the rest of the way, does it?
Yeah, it's not a recipe for success, that's for sure.
They'll have it 1st and 10. Their own 31. They'll come out trips right, single receiver left. Maybe try and spread this Bearcat defense out. Run a little inside screen. Not a lot going there. In fact, a loss of 1. Jace Wilkinson slides out from his linebacker spot, but I think Kellen Muir was already going to be ruled down after the catch. And that's a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11 after the -1 pass completion from Clark to Muir. Clock at 2:25. Snap to Kason Clark. Straight drop. And that pass was nearly intercepted. Brett Hill, intended target, coming across the middle was Chase King. And there's a real danger zone now for Alliance. No, it's still 2:20 to go, and they've got 3rd and 11. They're forced to punt here. Scottsbluff, boy, they showed before half last week what they could do in the 2-minute drill, both run and pass.
Yeah, once again, another not really a recipe for success if you're not going to be able to convert first downs and really get anything going on offense.
Well, let's see what the play call is here. 3rd down and 11. You don't figure to run for 11 to move the chains against this stout Bearcat defense. Allowing now just 119 a game rushing, and this will be a delay of game. And this will go against Alliance. So from 3rd and 11 to 3rd and 16, and you can look for the Mogs to pin their ears back here. Wilkinson moves up. Outside backer left. Straight drop Clark. And they're just going to take a home run shot. Pass is incomplete. We get another flag thrown deep in the secondary. This will be pass interference.
Pass to James Kelly falls incomplete. There is a flag on the field.
Alex Galindo having a quick chat with the official that threw the flag. And I mean, really, that's the play, 3rd and long. I mean, you might get a completion, but you also 50-50 chance you get that type of penalty right now on Galindo. What's he got to do to avoid that happening here moving forward?
Personally, I thought he played that one a lot better than he played the first one that happened in the first quarter or so. I think they're getting him not being able to look back for the ball, and really, I think he got there at the right time, but not having that, his head turned around really got him there.
So 3rd down and 1 after the mark-off. Hard count. And they hand it off and not going to get the 1st down. So it'll be 4th and 1. Tyler Smith there. Keegan Grant. That'll be no gain on the play for Grant. And with 1:52 to play, Chris Seabaum sends on the punt unit. So the Bearcat defensive unit comes up with a big bow your neck type of stand there on 3rd down and short. And now Alliance just going to let the play clock run all the way down. And now they'll call a timeout. All right, so let's assume, which is always a dangerous thing to do, and you always have to watch for trick plays. Going into Alliance Week, was that a heavy emphasis from the coaching staff? Was trick plays, stay home, worry about your job because you never know what might be coming back your direction? And I'm sure special teams, you were always coached up on the trick stuff.
Yep, all district opponents usually ran some type of trick stuff, and you never knew when they were really going to pull that out during the game. So it's always important to have that in the back of your head.
What do you think play-wise, assuming Scottsbluff gets the ball here, what are we going to look at?
I think we'll see a lot of short throws, get Brett Hill going a little bit to start the drive, and then they'll probably take a couple shots deep as the time goes down. 21-0.
Bearcats lead it by 3 touchdowns. Rodriguez dropping back. He'll have his feet planted around the 33-yard line. 1:29 to play. And a low squib punt. Just kind of rolls its way inside the 40, inside the 35. And that's Eli Blanco, a sophomore defensive back, down on special teams to touch that ball dead at the 33-yard line. 1:20 to go here in the first half. And after the success Scottsbluff had last week, now granted they had more time on the clock than 1:20, but it was a very efficient 2-minute drive as they got points right before halftime. Galindo will line up, wing back, left side. One receiver split out right, that's James Bruner. Straight drop, Brett Hill, he's going to take to the air. Deep ball, he's got James Bruner at the 20, James tackled at the 10. I mean, what a throw, right in stride to Bruner, and a big gainer. 58-yard completion. James ran right by the defender, the corner on that right side, and beautifully synced up on the long ball.
Yeah, what a great throw. He took his time back there in the pocket, knowing he trusted his line, had enough time, let James get past that defender and put the ball perfectly over his shoulder.
That was a strike from Hill to Bruner. And when James can get those long legs stretched out and going, he can cover some ground in a hurry.
Exactly. It's tough to defend when he's 6'4" and can run right by you.
We've got 1 minute left here in the first half. We'll keep it here. Well, they kind of laid waste to your short passing game to open up the drive. They went straight for the jugular there.
Yeah, I guess I jinxed that one a little bit.
That worked out well with the little bro. 58-yard completion. And now Scottsbluff has, at this point, your head's spinning defensively if you're Alliance. You're worried about finding who has the ball to tackle it, much less all of a sudden now they're throwing the football on you.
And if Scottsbluff is able to score here, it's a huge momentum going into halftime, also getting the ball back after half.
I've got a man keeping all the scores up for us back home tonight. Former Guerin girls basketball coach Adam Freeberg tuned in. He's got the scores flooding into me. We'll get those passed along to you at halftime. Inside give to Alex Galindo, picks up 5. 4 seconds is all that come off the clock. We'll step away quickly, come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Be water wise. Did you know that most people over-fertilize their lawns and gardens? This means your fertilizer and money wash down the storm drain into our waterways, where it makes dangerous algae grow. So the next time you fertilize the yard, remember, you're not just fertilizing your lawn, so don't overwater or use fertilizer when rain is in the forecast. Smart waterways add to clean water. This is a message from Tri-City Stormwater.
And just like that, a turnover committed by Scottsbluff. And they tried to get the ball on that inside little pitch / give to Jace Wilkinson, and maybe just a little bit of unfamiliarity in that spot. Not enough game reps with Brett, and Scottsbluff coughs it up on the fumble. And now the turnovers back to even on the night. Both teams have turned it over twice.
Maybe it wasn't a turnover.
No, they're going to say Scottsbluff fell on it, huh? I thought I saw the initial signal for Alliance. So the Cats catch a break. And now a timeout taken by Alliance. I think the coach here on the near side saying, look, one of the officials signaled our football. But Scottsbluff has it. 3rd down and goal from the 5. So I will cross that off the turnover chart here. And Scottsbluff stays +1. And with 52 seconds, Scottsbluff with an opportunity still to go up by 4 scores. While we've got a moment, I can tell you about Monument Physical Therapy. They come in handy, especially for some of these football guys after a tough night on the gridiron. Monument Physical Therapy in Gering offers the Bumps and Bruises program, offering 1 free consultation and 1 free follow-up for all area athletes. That's Monument Physical Therapy back in Gering. So Scottsbluff has it. They get away with putting the ball on the grass. And it's 3rd down and goal from the 5. That traditional look, 2 tight ends, power, right side, the strong side. The give to Alex Galindo. And easy pickings off right tackle for the senior halfback as Alex Galindo has his 4th touchdown of the night. This one from 5 yards out. And the Bearcats are a PAT away from going up 28-0 here late in the first half, as the route would appear to be on. And that kick is up, and it is good.
Rodriguez says PAT is good. Bringing your score
As Scottsbluff now leads it 28-0 here late stages of the first half. Get you a few scores while we've got a few moments. Coach Freeberg doing a great job keeping me updated. Touchdown Lexington. This was about 20 minutes ago, so it was 14-6 with the Minutemen leading Gering. That's in Lex tonight. That was the end of the 3rd. Coach said Lexington looking to bleed the clock at the moment. Bridgeport up 20-0 in the 3rd at Gordon Rushville. Trying to build some good vibes after what was a tragic weekend for their community. Gothenburg leading at Mitchell 21-0. And back here at Alliance tonight, it's Scottsbluff dominating here in the first half. They lead the Bulldogs 28-0. High kick will come down at around the 18-yard line. On the return, out to around the 25. And on the return that time was Eli Blanco. We saw him on kick coverage earlier on the punt team. And he has the kick return here. And Alliance has it. Ball left hash at the 25, their own 25-yard line. 43 seconds. Do you just sit on it here and get to halftime, lick your wounds, and come up with a plan, or are you taking a shot?
Last thing you want to do is turn it over, so you don't want to take too many chances here. Try and just play it safe.
And this ball comes out to the flat. Chase King on the catch. Nearest defender as they left the playing field was Caden Shoemaker. Gain of 9. It'll be a 2nd down and short situation for Alliance. 37 seconds to play. Clark to Chase King for 9 yards on the play.
2nd and short.
They'll break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. 37 seconds left. Pistol formation. Looks like we're going to get a measurement now here. Boy, the initial spot definitely looked like it was short. Place the chains here and see where we're at. Yeah, about 1/3 of a yard short. Looks like they'll need to get it. Not that the first down really matters at this point. 37 seconds to play here in the half. All Scottsbluff, they lead 28-0 on the road tonight. Trying to round into form. Looking for a 3rd straight victory. Custer, Northwest last week, the impressive win And tonight on the road, doing a great job taking care of business. Snap to Clark. Clark, Cox fires, passes. I think he caught it. Bounced off his shoulder pads. Did a great job keeping his feet in bounds. And Chase King hauled it in. Out to the 46-yard line. So that's a pickup of 10. And just a few seconds tick off the clock.
What a great job by King of staying focused, keeping his eyes on that ball.
Yeah, he's looked good tonight. Trips left. Kelly, single receiver here to the right, the near side. Ball, right hash. And that pass is incomplete. Galindo on Kelly. Really, Kelly got no separation from Alex Galindo on that play, and the ball's incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
Going back to King, he had a nice game last week against Gering, and he's continuing that. He's got 4 catches, almost 100 yards already.
Alliance to the line of scrimmage, 27 seconds to play in the first half. They trail it 28-0. 2 receivers each side. Mendoza shows blitz. Now Smith, pass over the middle. On the catch, making the tackle is Jackson Ostick. Nathan Ackerman comes up with the reception. Gain of 11 from Clark to Nathan Ackerman. We're down to 19 seconds to play. They spike the football to be second down and 10. Trevor Dubray, the quarterback a year ago for Alliance. And turning the reins over this year to 6'5" senior Cason Clark. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Snap to Clark. And he will loft one, and this one is incomplete. Caden Shoemaker came over from his safety spot. Jose Rodriguez there with the coverage downfield. It'll be third down and 10. Coach singled out Caden Shoemaker last week for a really good game defensively. Really came on from the second half of last season the rest of the way. And now here is a senior, one of the veteran members of this defensive unit. Shoemaker 5'10", 160. Clark straight drop. Spins out of trouble, but can't get away from the grip of Chance Simons. And Simons with the sack. That'll be a loss for Clark of 11 yards on the final play of the first half. So Alliance was in position to take a shot to the end zone there, but it's Simons that ends the half on a high note for Scottsbluff. Looking to take care of business tonight, coming on the road to open up district play, coming off a big-time win at home a week ago. The mindset was good throughout the week of practice, and it is showing itself here on the game field tonight. As Scottsbluff leads this thing here at the break by the score of 28-0 right now on our West Coast scoreboard.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
And congratulations, Barry Winter. They got $105. Thanks for everybody that took part in the raffle.
Homecoming stuff, so I'll probably recycle a set of commercials or two here just to not be talking the entire time. What else you do? Put the type on always like where the back to type on? Well, we are back here tonight. Chris Cottrell, Noah Bruner from our Logos broadcast booth here at the press box at Alliance High School. It's been a dominant first half showing for the Scottsbluff Bearcats. Went to the half just a few minutes ago. Scottsbluff is in complete control, leading 28-0 so far here tonight through the first 24 minutes of game action. We'll recap our scoring plays for you here at halftime. Going to have a few extra minutes on the clock with homecoming festivities taking place this weekend for the Bulldogs. I will say this, the Alliance field looking in really good shape here this evening, the best I've seen it, especially here early October in a few years. And I've missed the last 2 regular season Alliance Scottsbluff games, watching my son with state tennis in Lincoln his junior and senior year. So nice to be back to catch Alliance and Scottsbluff in the regular season. Of course, had the playoff game in the first round last year as well, so it was a part of that one. But good to be back here in Alliance. Plenty of friends with Mike Glessinger, friend of the station. My friend Sandy Pilfold helps us out a ton on volleyball broadcasts with West Nebraska All-Star games and in the summertime, and an occasional high school visit when we come to Alliance with volleyball. So always nice to be here. And their head coach, Chris Seabaum, always very helpful on game week, whether it's Gering or Scottsbluff, getting you the information you need, and always ready to be around to answer that phone for the pregame interview. So good to be in Alliance. And right now, Scottsbluff, they're enjoying their trip here as well, as they've got the big lead here on the scoreboard at halftime. It is 28-0. Look, Scottsbluff, opening loss at Columbus. That team entering tonight 4-1. Hastings, we know how much damage they've been doing. Aurora beating McCook tonight. So the 0-3 start against really good football teams. Of course, we weren't exactly sure what the 35-0 win over Custer meant. It was one they knew they had to have, should have had, and then got with relative ease that night. And then last week was the real fist-on-the-table statement-type game for the Bearcats as they won at home over Grand Island Northwest 27-20. And with the record officially at 1-2 with the NSAA standings, the Columbus loss and Custer win do not count as far as power points and postseason rankings and things of that nature and seeding. But they're well on their way to a win tonight. That put them at 2-2 in the NSAA point standings. Then you get Lexington at home. You would figure that'll be a victory. Then that swing game at McCook. Always tough to go down there and play good enough to win a football game. And then Gering to close out the year. They don't come back tonight. Could be staring at an 0-8 start heading into that final regular season game of the year. My point is, Scottsbluff a really solid chance to get to 5-2 with the NSAA going into the playoffs. And if they get to 5-2, pretty good chance their seed's going to be that for a home playoff game in round 1. We'll see how it all shakes out coming down the stretch. But here in week 6, Scottsbluff in good shape tonight. And if you kind of look down the road just a little bit, coaches won't, players aren't really allowed to, but in our seat we can kind of look at that. And a 5-2 finish for the Cats in the regular season would mean good things heading into this year's playoff run in Class B. Right now at halftime, Scottsbluff on the road at Alliance leading 28-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
At this point, get a stop, score, running clock, and let's head to the house.
Yep.
Lead here at halftime for Scottsbluff on the road tonight at Alliance. Let's take a look at our scoring recap to this point. A 6-0 first quarter score. Alex Galindo, the first of what's been a few times finding the end zone tonight, came with 7:58 to play in the first quarter. A 7-yard run capped off a 60-yard drive, and a 6-0 lead at that point as the PAT was no good. Then a 3-touchdown second quarter effort. They get the Hill to Galindo 51-yard bomb, and then Hill to Alex on the 2-point pass to make up for the missed PAT on the first touchdown. That made it 14-0. Galindo with an 11-yard run with just under 3 minutes to play in the half. PAT from Rodriguez made it 21-zip. And then after getting a stop, forcing a punt, Scottsbluff for a second straight week converts in the 2-minute drill as Galindo scores on a 5-yard touchdown run. The kick from Placido Rodriguez made it 28-0. And Alex Galindo has scored all 4 touchdowns in the first 2 quarters tonight for the Bearcats, and they lead this thing 28-0 right now at halftime. We'll step away, come back, and check on our halftime statistics in just a moment. We'll also still to come at half. We've got about 10 minutes still on the clock. Dipping under the 10-minute mark right now. Homecoming festivities taking place tonight here at Alliance. We'll check some scores from around the region, some key scores. A previously unbeaten team in the Panhandle has gone down tonight at home. We'll tell you about that and who it was when we come back. We got more to come here at halftime. Scottsbluff leads 28-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking. Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff. At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
We're back at halftime tonight. KDB.TV, Allo Channel 15, Mobius Channel 1500. Radio, of course, right here on the trail. And we're streaming online with that broadcast at KHYYFM.com. Pep Band making some noise. It's homecoming weekend here at Alliance. Scottsbluff not doing the home folks any favors on the scoreboard, though. It is 28-0 as the Bearcats have been back to their dominant self here once again tonight after the big win a week ago at home over Grand Island Northwest. Let's get a check on some of these halftime numbers. Check on stats brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Those folks have been in business for over 35 years, headquartered in Gering. They also have the Rock Pile Division Service and Equipment. Add it all up and you get Paul Reed Construction on 10th Street in Gering. I'll turn it over to Noah. What are some of these numbers saying? I'm guessing things are pretty slanted one direction.
Yeah, it's pretty one-sided going towards Scottsbluff, but really outside of a couple of plays here from Chase King, Clayson Clark, they really haven't gotten much going. Keegan Grant leads them in rushing with 18. Clayson Clark is actually 9 of 15. He's got 109 yards. Most of them to Chase King, 89 of those. So really they're going to have to try and find somebody else or just continue to try and get those big plays out of Chase King. On the Scottsbluff side, we've really seen it's been the Alex Galindo show. He's got those 4 touchdowns. He's got 74 rushing yards. He's got 51 receiving yards. James has also chipped in 58 receiving yards. And Brett Hill having a pretty solid game, 112 yards, with the touchdown. So overall, we've seen pretty much a one-sided game. See if Alliance can change that in the second half.
Yeah, the numbers bear that out. And Scottsbluff now has put together 6 pretty solid quarters of football in a row, and up until last week, Coach Hall really hadn't seen more than a quarter or two in any game that really stood out as far as good football. So in one way, maybe last week caught us a little off guard because of what we'd seen the first few weeks. But if you look at it another way, are we surprised that Scottsbluff's been able to put the pieces together and kind of start to look like themselves? I think when it's all said and done, the answer is no. We should be surprised.
Yeah, definitely not surprised because this is a good program. We assumed they were going to get it together. And after that Custer win, we really saw them flip a switch and continue building this momentum up until halftime right now.
So 28-0 our score. 27-20 win last week at home against Northwest, and looking pretty dominant right now, both sides of the football. They do have the one turnover. Brett Hill threw an interception with 6:31 to go in the first half, and they narrowly avoided another one when they were trying to make it 28-0 with a fumble down inside the 5-yard line, but they got the call to go their direction, able to score on the next play. And here we are at the break, 28-0, as Scottsbluff is in control right now on our West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
At Alliance, our man back on the scene, just kicking back in the comfort of his home tonight on a Friday. He was tuned in listening to the Gering game earlier on 93.3 KMOR. Gering teacher, former girls basketball coach Adam Freeberg, updating me with some scores here quickly. You got a final in McCook. Aurora wins it over the Bison tonight, 21-6. Undefeated no more for the Mitchell Tigers as they fall at home to Gothenburg. That final was 28-6. And a final from Lexington tonight. Gering turns it over 5 times. They were without starting quarterback Brady Radzimski in this one. I believe Hunter Hayden got the start at quarterback. Gering with 5 turnovers, and they lose at Lexington by the score of 14-6. And I mean, just being realistic here, that means 0-9, a major possibility now for the Bulldogs, as the 3 teams they have left on their schedule are Mitchell, despite the loss tonight. Pretty explosive football team, and Gering would have to play their best football and then some in that one. And then you've got a game against McCook and Scottsbluff. So year number 1 not going as head coach Danny O'Boyle had hoped, but I've been telling everybody, you listen to Coach talk, he sounds the part. He understands where the program is at. They're just going to have to keep building from little block after little block, put it together. And I think they've got the right man to do it. A Gering alum, a guy that's going to take pride in making sure this thing happens eventually. It just might not happen this year, and we're even talking about 1 win on the schedule. So Gering falls tonight 14-6 on the road at Lexington. Here at halftime, it is Scottsbluff with a 28-0 lead on district foe and rival Alliance. Alliance has committed some personal fouls, some unsportsmanlike penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct penalties tonight. And if they're not careful here early in this second half, things could get out of control as far as a running clock. Alliance will get the football first to start the second half, but if they don't get any points, they're going to have to buckle down and find a way to get a stop, or we could see a fairly quick second half of action here tonight. 28-0. It's all Bearcats right now on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve. Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Action wrapped up, but we're just about ready to go. Noah Scottsbluff doing exactly what the coaching staff needed to see from these guys tonight.
Yeah, they started a little slow, but then got it together there at the end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter. They're really just building on that momentum that they started last week against Northwest, so look for them to continue that over the second half.
Run game, pass game, both clicking once again. Back-to-back weeks offensively, they've been able to get the job done with both the run and the pass game. Gretna with a win over Scott tonight by the final of 31-28, and I think that might have been a comeback victory. So Omaha Scott Catholic drops their second game of the season. I think coming into today, they were only 6th in Class B power points. Don't have it in front of me right this second, but that was from Mark Buckhammer, another friend of the program right there, making sure we got the scores that people want to hear about. So appreciate Coach Freeberg and Big Mark helping us out tonight with a couple of those scores. Hadn't seen that Gretna Scott game flash across the NEB Preps hashtag on Twitter. Alliance on the return from Eli Blanco gets it out to the 25-yard line. So this is a huge drive for Alliance to start the second half, isn't it?
Yep, this is about make it or break it time here for Alliance.
We've already seen 3 or 4 15-yard penalties called on Alliance tonight, so much more frustration if any of that starts to show, and that will not be a good scene for the Bulldogs. 6 seconds gone by after the opening kickoff. 1st and 10 from their own 27, and now we've got both the outside and slot receiver here on the wide side of the formation moving before the snap. And on a drive, they need to get some points. Already behind the chains now, 1st down and 15.
It's a tough way to start a drive that you want to build some confidence with.
Alliance to the line of scrimmage. Isaiah Martinez over the football. High formation behind senior quarterback Kason Clark. Clark takes the snap. They will hand it off to Keegan Grant. Grant, not a lot of running room. Xavier Garcia was the first man there defensively who made him kind of change direction. We also saw Nick Mogg, Chance Simons.
Grant picks up 2 yards before being tackled by a Netflix Bearcat.
And now 2nd down and 13, a gain of 2 for Keegan Grant. Came into play tonight at 71 yards per game, and you know what the stats at halftime, led the team in rushing through 2 quarters with just 18 yards. It is 2nd down and 13. 11-12 to play. They will swing one out into the flat left side. On the catch is King, and he'll be tackled just shy of a 1st down. They get the football out to the 36-yard line, so a gain of 12, and it'll be 3rd down About a yard and a half here. It looks like it'll be officially on the scoreboard. They're going to say 3rd down and 2. So 3rd and short. Must-have type drive for points for the Bulldogs here. Got behind the chains on the penalty. And now they will hand it off, and there is nowhere to go. Keegan Grant gets swallowed up deep into the backfield by Jace Wilkinson. That is a loss of 6 for Grant. And you could tell he saw that coming before he even took the handoff.
Yeah, it looked like it was all 3 linebackers blitzing there, and Jace Wilkinson comes free off the edge there.
2 minutes off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Alliance will kick it away to the Cats. Low. End over end kick will bounce. Picked up by Rodriguez. Tripped up. Good open field tackle by Kellen Muir on the punt coverage team for Alliance. And that's where you see some of the depth, the differences in depth. The starter on offense has to cover a punt, stays out to play corner. Teams with a little more depth, a few more kids out for the sport, you're able to get some of these starters a snap or two of a rest on special teams at least. Bruner, wide left. Slot that side is Ostick. Hill motions Galindo into the backfield. They'll hand it off to Preston Anderson. And Anderson has seen some fewer carries here in the last few weeks. Started the season in that running back rotation. He's a junior, 5'9", 175. That was his 24th carry of the year. 24 for 111. And Scottsbluff now with it 2nd down and 6. 9 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. 28-0 lead for Scottsbluff. Hill barks it out. Quick little pitch play to Galindo. Still on his feet, but he'll be tackled for a loss. Back to the 38-yard line. 39, loss of 5. Grant comes up with the tackle for Alliance. So 3rd down and long now for the Cats. And this is where some of the success in the passing game the last couple of weeks should have some confidence going for these guys to make a play here.
Yeah, and Grant made a great play there, holding Alex Galindo, waiting for all his other teammates to come flow to the ball too.
So Brett will roll to his right, the out route. And James Bruner on the catch across midfield. Pickup of 14. Needed 11. You get past the sticks. You kind of run your route, angle it back, and they've found a good rhythm on that play the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, James tells me they run that play in practice a lot, so he loves that play.
Plenty of time with the offensive line doing their job to buy the time for Hill. About a 15-yard pass route that he runs back to the marker. And now Jackson Ostick hard running inside the Alliance 45 to the 43. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Hill last week throwing the football 13 of 20 for 130 officially. Had over 100 yards passing at halftime tonight. Coach told me in the preseason they'd probably throw it 12 times a game. Here's a little flip out to Galindo. Makes the first man miss, and he'll be tackled after a gain. Looks like right at the sticks. Needed 5. And that'll move the chain. So Brett Hill to Galindo to pick up 5 on a little swing ball out to the left flat, little swing pass. And the Cats now with 7:30 to play in the 3rd quarter are marching inside the Alliance 40. Play action. There's a little dump pass to Trevor Schwartz. Schwartz has a 1st down, tackled at the 25. Pickup of 12. Brett just stood straight up. Got enough air under that one to get it over the linebacker. An easy pitch and catch there with Trevor.
I believe they call that a Y pop. That tight end is designed to just get right behind those linebackers and just sit there, and hopefully those linebackers eat on the bite.
And they bid on the play action. And an easy first down conversion for the Cats. Hand off to Jackson Ostick. Not a lot of room to run that time. Jesus Acosta on the tackle. 5'9", 200 pounds for the senior inside backer for Alliance. Loss of 1. It'll be second down and 11. Cats have it at the Alliance 26-yard line. Ball knows the football just shy of the 25. In the gun, and we're going to get a flag and defensive offside, the call here against the Bulldogs.
There's a flag on the field.
One thing that's been good to see, a lot of times when you get one team making a lot of mistakes and penalties, sometimes it bleeds over into the opponent, and then you get a really messy game. Scottsbluff's done a good job tonight of limiting their penalties.
Yeah, Scottsbluff does a great job of staying poised and staying patient, really. They've done had a lot of drives like this.
6:18 to play. Hand off to Jackson Ostick. Ostick, he's going to have a first down. Line of scrimmage on that play was the 21. And Jackson takes it to the 12, so a gain of 9 for Ostick. Wade Sanders up from his safety spot to make the tackle for the Bulldogs. So 1st and 10, just outside the 10-yard line at the 12. Down to 6 minutes, and well, now we'll dip under 6 minutes to play in this third quarter. Hegum, the up back, and now it's Hill. Acosta into the backfield, knifes his way in and makes the tackle on Brett Hill. And that'll be a loss of 5, sets up second down and 15. A rare, maybe missed assignment there up front. We haven't seen much of that tonight. Double tight end formation. Play action. Hill will drift out to his right outside the pocket. And now Brett pushed out of bounds by Acosta. And that'll be a loss of 3. So third down and about 15 now for Scottsbluff as the Alliance defense has stiffened just a bit here on this drive. Scottsbluff headed 1st and 10 at the 12. And now the line of scrimmage is the 19-yard line.
See if Alliance can take advantage of the back-to-back tackle for losses. They're doing a good job of bending but not breaking at this point.
And now we get a whistle and a timeout, I believe, taken by Scottsbluff. We'll break with them, 28-0, 5:13 to play in the third on the West Coast scoreboard.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Incomplete pass on this third down and long play for Scottsbluff. Brett Hill kind of rolled the pocket to his left, and that really kind of looked just like a hope somebody can help me out type of ball down the middle into the end zone. You had 2-3 receivers there, some defenders, but kind of overshot everybody and probably better off for it.
Yeah, it looked like everybody had stopped the route, so it was a good overthrow there.
Okay, so line of scrimmage here is the 19. This will be a 36-yard field goal attempt for Placido Rodriguez, and he did not get all of it. And that ball just kind of drifts off short and well right. So credit the Alliance defensive unit as they get the stop on the first drive of the second half for Scottsbluff. Scottsbluff did a nice job chewing up some clock, no doubt about that, but no points to show for it. And the lead stays at 28-0, 5:02 to play here in the third quarter. Got some more scores we can pass along to you when we get a moment. Alliance to the line of scrimmage. Clark will operate under center with the I formation behind him. Last drive, we saw two receivers jump off and move early for false start on the same play, and now the right side of the offensive line couldn't hold their ground. Clearly, those guys were going on one. The rest of the team was going on two.
I'm sure they saw the blitz coming, too. Maybe got a little anxious there sitting in there.
Nick Mogg lining up on that side defensively. Jace Wilkin at the outside backer spot. 1st and 15. Quick toss play out to the left. Reversing ground. Nowhere to go. Evan Hegum up from his inside linebacker spot. And he drops Keegan Grant at the 10. Loss of 5 on the pitch. Just a quick toss to the left. Right side. Caved in the offensive line. Grant saw it. Put the brakes on. And here came Evan Hegum from his inside linebacker spot. The kibosh on that play. Penalty, loss of 5 on the next snap. So 2nd down and 20. Alliance going the wrong direction. Clark will drop. Nick Mogg almost got there. Now the second man to arrive to the pile collects the sack, and that's Jared Baltazar. Outside backer on the right side. And Baltazar has his 2nd sack of the season. Missed 2 games, but he's a stat sheet filler coming into tonight. 25 total tackles, 16 unassisted, 3 tackles for loss. I believe that was Jared. They gave a different name on the loudspeaker. Baltazar's 2nd sack of the year. And it is 3rd down and 24, a loss of 4 on the sack of Kason Clark. And now we've got an inside give. And the running back, that is Keegan Grant, loose. Got it back across the original line of scrimmage to the 20. And it looks like he'll be tackled at the 25-yard line. So a gain of 19. It'll be 4th down and 5. And you know you've had a bad drive when a running play picks up 19 and you still have to send the punting unit on.
Yep, Scottsbluff put themselves in a great position to have those defensive linemen just pin their ears back and get after the quarterback.
Down to 3 minutes and 6 seconds to play in the quarter. Scottsbluff still with that 28-0 lead. Line drive, kind of a sidewinding kick. Jose Rodriguez makes one man miss, still on his feet, and he'll get it to midfield. Net of 25 yards on the punt. So, some scores for you. Final from York tonight. Hastings continues their march in Class B. 48-20 over the Dukes. Final in Beatrice. Waverly a winner, 38-7 over Todd Eckert's club. Final from Gordon Rushville. Bridgeport, an emotional victory tonight to be sure after the tragic passing of Josh Warren early last Saturday morning. Bulldogs win 28-0. Get you a few more scores here as we go. Gearing got beat tonight 14-6 at Lexington. Straight drop. Hill takes to the air. Fires a pass incomplete. He had Schwartz over the middle, about 10 yards shorter on the route. Galindo a little deeper. Not sure exactly who that was intended to, but an incomplete pass down the middle, and it's 2nd down and 10. Haven't seen any points yet here in this second half. Final from Morrill. Mullen wins big, 68-16. Into 3 quarters in Sydney. Shadron leads 8-0 in a slugfest there on the road at the Red Raiders. Tackle from behind. Low snap, kind of threw off the timing of that play. And Jackson Ostick gets dropped for a loss of 2.
And Keegan Grant playing a very well-rounded game overall on both sides of the ball, making a lot of good plays defensively.
So is Coach Hall, what's he thinking about what he's seeing right now, you think, from the offense?
He'd probably like to see a few more grinded out runs, maybe put a drive together, put this one away.
On 2nd down and 12, they hand it off to Alex Galindo, and Galindo takes it inside the 45 to the 43. So a gain of 9, and that'll make it 4th down and 3 now for the Bearcats.
Give credit to this Alliance coaching staff, too. Made a lot of adjustments at halftime, as we see.
Yeah, Coach Hall said in the pregame show, Coach Seabaum always has a good game plan, even when they're outmanned with the roster and the talent, and they're going to get another 4-down stop here on the Cats. Galindo tackled for no gain, and Alliance gets to send the offensive unit back onto the field. So 4 and out for the Cats. We are at 1 minute and 32 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Scottsbluff still in front by the score of 28-0. Final from Gretna. Gretna beat Scott 31-28. Grand Island Northwest a winner at Seward tonight, 24-17. So they bounce back after what had to have been a very disappointing bus ride home, and pretty quiet for Coach Stein last week. Came in a favorite at Scottsbluff, and really the score didn't indicate the physical domination from last week.
Yeah, Scottsbluff's line really just dominated both sides of that game and really set the tone early, and you see how that turned out.
28-0 here, as Alliance will exit their sideline huddle, come right over the football to the line of scrimmage. Cats with their starting unit out here, of course, still defensively. 4-score game. Still a minute plus to go here in this third quarter. Incomplete pass over the middle as Kason Clark trying to find Nathan Ackerman. It'll make it 2nd down and 10.
And during that last time out, I was watching Scottsbluff sideline, and it looked like Coach Hall got everybody, not just the starters, but got those guys on the bench, got them all together, gave them a little pep talk, it looked like. Hopefully trying to get them to not really stoop down to their level and finish this game out.
Yeah, after 4 quarters last week and 2 solid quarters to start tonight, wants to make sure they finish strong here on the road. 2nd down and 10. False start. I think the left guard move for Alliance. That'd be Acosta. And that'll make it 2nd down and 15 now for the Bulldogs. A ton of penalties tonight against Alliance. Plenty of 5-yarders that, of course, set you back behind the chains, but they've also had some big ones. Those 15-yard doozies that can really wreck things for your football team. 2nd and 15, 1:29 to play in the third. 2 receivers to the right. Quick pitch goes to Grant. Grant will get back across the original line of scrimmage. That'll be a run of 6 yards for Keegan Grant. Grant, 6 feet, 170, a senior. Came in at 71 yards a game rushing, averaging 4.7 a pop. And we've not seen Jackson Preble re-enter the football game. No, he's down on the bench, helmet off, and he left with a left knee injury in the first half. So that definitely with an effect on the line play. Clark, throw, and the catch made. Kellen Muir across midfield inside the Scottsbluff 45. And they'll have it to the 43-yard line. Pick up a 14 to move the chains for the Bulldogs. 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. Clark has 2 receivers to his left. He looks right. Now he'll step up, trying to avoid some pressure, and Chance Simons got to him. And drops Kason Clark with the sack back to the 47-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down and 17. That could do it here for the third quarter. As Kason Clark is looking at the scoreboard, and there will not be another snap here.
That brings us to the end of the third quarter.
In the third, we have played 3 quarters tonight. No points in the third. Scottsbluff still in control. They lead it on the road at Alliance, 28-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Movement up front from Alliance. And after the mark off, now second down and 19. Alliance has it at their own 48-yard line. This will be the first snap of the fourth quarter. 28-0 Scottsbluff in control. Play action pass. And this pass is intended for Chase King. Coverage on the play from Jared Baltazar. And now third down and really long here for the Bulldogs.
And this is where those penalties come back to bite you. When you get a couple penalties and then you throw an incompletion, you can really find yourself in a hole. And this is what you see here with the Alliance offense.
And Scottsbluff only playing pass here, so the guys rushing really have no threat of the run to worry about. Maybe a draw or a screen, but yeah, the penalties have been a major factor here for Alliance tonight. But they keep taking to the air, and Kason Clark hooks up with Kellen Muir. It was a 3rd and 19 play. Line of scrimmage was the 48. Gain of 13 on the play. So 4th down and about 6, and we've got a injured Bulldog over on the Scottsbluff sideline. Scottsbluff athletic trainer James Buck, the first to arrive. Now Alliance gets their folks out there. Chris Seabaum, the head coach, heading that direction. Injury timeout. 11:49 to play in the ball game. Scottsbluff leads 28-0 on the West Coast scoreboard. After the injury timeout, Alliance with it 4th down and 6. They will swing it out and into the flat. They will call it a pass. Everybody jumping on the football, and rightfully so. Pretty close to a lateral, but incomplete pass. Chance Simons dove on that loose football for Scottsbluff. 11:44 to go here in the ball game, and the Cats will get it back, and I got to imagine Coach Hall wants to see a crisp drive and find a way to get a touchdown on the board to start to feel a little bit better about this second half effort.
Yeah, a lot of times this is where you find Scottsbluff trying to make a statement drive, put the game away. Hopefully they can do that here.
Baird over Kimball tonight by the final of 60-20. Kimball still winless on the season. Handoff goes to Alex Galindo. Galindo sidesteps a couple of defenders, jitterbugs his way near midfield. Pickup of 9 for Alex Galindo, 5'8" and 155, and we've said it at least once or twice tonight, running much bigger than those height weight numbers would indicate this year for Galindo. Having a great senior season. He has all 4 touchdowns tonight for Scottsbluff. 3 rushing, 1 receiving. Inside give, and Alliance is shooting some gaps right now, but Ostick able to tough his way to midfield to pick up 3 and a first down, and we've got another injured Bulldog down at the 50. Acosta and Keegan Grant there defensively on the tackle. Well, contact Jennifer Urdialis, your local 5-star lender with Castle & Cook Mortgage. It's a simple, friendly, and fast loan process for your home purchase or refinance. Contact Jennifer today. That's Jennifer Urdialis, Castle & Cook Mortgage, the key to your castle. Scottsbluff leads 28-0. Next week, home to take on Lexington. And then always tough and always hyped for the game at McCook here in a couple of weeks. And then they'll close it out with a home game against crosstown rival Gearing in Week 9. You say it every year, but it feels like it every year. Can't believe we're already about done with 2/3 of the regular season.
Definitely going by fast.
28-0 here tonight. Scottsbluff looking for their 3rd win, but 2nd officially from the NSAA. Handoff to Galindo. Cutback run, and this could be trouble. He's at the 30. Galindo at the 20. 15-10-5. 50 yards later, Alex Galindo has his 5th touchdown of the night. 10:44 to play here in the ball game, and Galindo, boy, that one cutback right around the line of scrimmage, over pursued defensively and made one man miss who really never even came close in the secondary, and it was turn the lights out.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this offense is the more you pound it, the more holes open up like that.
Kick from Rodriguez. Low line drive. Gets over and through, and with 10:44 to play in the game, Scottsbluff goes in front 35-0. We're back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Ah, just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leave Heads.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Clock will be moving from here on out. Scottsbluff goes in front 35-0. And we're going to see starters back on the field. Maybe a sub or two here. Isaiah Carney's on defensively. But up front, Garcia, Tyler Smith, Baltazar, Bruner, Hill, Mendoza, Hegum, Shanks out there, and Caden Shoemaker. So 9 of the 11 are regular full-time starters. Clock running here with the 35-0 lead. And you always know who it is. When you're seeing a linebacker shoot a gap this year for Scottsbluff like a blur, timing up the snap count, it's Hazel Mendoza.
Yeah, Coach Hall talked about him last week a little bit. His strength is those blitzes like you're talking about. He loves to get up to the line, try and anticipate that snap count and get through there.
I think coming into last week he had, I don't have the totals from last week, but he racked up some tackle numbers last week. He had an early one where he jumped off sides. They took him off, but got him back on quickly, and he played really well from that point on.
A lot of the times you'll live with that risk of trying to jump off sides there, because most of the time it is very successful.
Well, he's been really good in that spot so far. And here he comes again. They'll pitch it to the other direction, but let's see who that was coming up with an eye. That was Evan Hegum with a nice form tackle from his inside linebacker spot. And that'll be a loss of 1 on the play. We go under 9 minutes to play in the game tonight. Scottsbluff will improve to 3-3. 2-2 officially with the NSAA standings. The Columbus loss and Custer win will not count, but thankfully those games needed replaced late summer, and Scottsbluff was able to find some opportunities for their kids to play high school football on those nights, week 1 and week 4. Hazel Mendoza hyped as he gets over to the near sideline, making another stop. James Bruner in the neighborhood. Scottsbluff does a really good job just getting multiple hats to the football. They've been flying around.
Yeah, especially Hazel Mendoza on that last play.
35-0. Galindo 7-yard touchdown run. Hilda Galindo 51-yard touchdown pass. Galindo 11-yard touchdown run. Galindo from 5 and Galindo from 50. I think we have our Taco John's player of the game. There is no suspense in that one here tonight, unlike last week when I pulled major cop-out and gave it to the entire team. We've got a timeout taken. We'll step away, come back. Scottsbluff in control, 35-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Renewal by Andersen, it's about our people. We're a family-owned local company with the best windows, patio doors, and installation teams anywhere. But before our customers ever get to installation, they speak with our advisors in the office. We're so proud of our people. They're very experienced, organized, and at Renewal by Andersen, we know that our customers' time is so valuable. We assure you signature service from the first phone call to the installation day. Renewal by Andersen, a local family company. It's about our people.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Apologize for it. Probably shouldn't have tried to squeeze that quick commercial break in there. They definitely kept it to less than 60 seconds on the field as Kason Clark's pass to the far sideline sails high and incomplete. So Alliance turns the ball over on down. Scottsbluff will take over 1st and 10 in plus territory at the Alliance 42-yard line. The offensive numbers have been piling up tonight. Scottsbluff got the touchdown on their last drive. The first points of the half. And they lead 35-0. And now we've got movement. A rare penalty tonight from the Bearcats. And I could be wrong. That might be their first penalty. Can you think of another?
Oftentimes when the backup quarterback comes in, they have different snap counts, and maybe you're anticipating Brett Hill snap count there or whoever the subs is now.
Good catch. I hadn't noticed. Josiah Mobley into the ball game. The backup quarterback for Scottsbluff. You're probably right on the nose with that one. Handoff comes to Preston Anderson. Trying to break a couple of tackles. He'll get to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. It'll stay 2nd down now and 15. We see some more substitutions coming into the game. Tony Mokiak exits, as does Evan Hegum. We'll get you some of these names. Ethan Smith now along the offensive line. Jose Rodriguez at the wing back, set to the right side. Mobley, hard count. He'll give it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez tripped up as he got near the original line of scrimmage that time. Tackle was made by Jackson Minnick. So a gain of 5 for Jose Rodriguez. That'll set Scottsbluff up now with 3rd down and long. Clock at 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go tonight. Twin City volleyball invite started today at 3. Matches running into the evening with pool play. Snap to Mobley. And that's Isaiah Martinez with a tackle for loss against Jose Rodriguez. Loss of 2, and that'll make it 4th down and about 12 now for the Cats. Twin Cities volleyball invite, that will continue tomorrow. 18 winners bracket to determine the champion. Will start at 9 at Gehring. Scottsbluff will have the 4-team round robin play at their place starting at 9. Scottsbluff will host district softball on Monday and Tuesday. Low snap. Rodriguez. Good job by Plasto Rodriguez. Tracks the ball down, stayed composed, got away from one would-be tackler, and then launches one inside the 5, and the ball rolls out of bounds at the 2. That won't make the headlines or the paper, the recap show, but, well, we might need to make a point to make it part of the recap show when Coach shows up here, but that's what the coaching staff will really appreciate right there.
Yeah, a lot of times we see the scramble abilities of the quarterback. Never really seen the scramble abilities of a punter like that.
So I'll make a note here. And you know what, really, he's done a good job in the kicking game all season long, all facets.
Yeah,
extra points, kicking the ball off, punting.
Very consistent.
Handoff comes to Grant. And Bruner comes in along with the first to arrive defensively, Jose Rodriguez. We're down to under 4.5 minutes to play, 35-0. So he runs it out to the 18-yard line. And we've got some substitutions in now for Alliance. In fact, that's number 17 playing quarterback, and we've got no 17 on the roster. So he'll swing it out to the right, and on the catch is Nathan Ackerman. Brown, the quarterback, dumps it to Ackerman for a gain of 5. Three minutes and 32 seconds to play. Fourth quarter flying by with the Scottsbluff touchdown to get the running clock into effect. Brown takes the snap, and the give to on the carry that time was another number not listed on the official roster. No gain. Tyson Klein, outside linebacker, into the game with the stop. We've got a new defensive back out here on the right side. That's Mason Kinsey getting some action. Brown, the quarterback, trying to elude some pressure. Shows some pretty good speed, stepping up and getting away from the rush. And he runs it out across the 30-yard line, picks up 8. Tyson Brown on the 8-yard pickup to move the chains. Alliance football, 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Gehring fell to 0-6, a 14-6 road loss tonight on the road at Lexington. Gehring turned it over 5 times in the ball game. Fourth quarter score, game 2 of the NBA Finals. Lakers lead 111-101 over Miami. Brown pumps, comes right, now runs it back middle, He's got a first down out to the Alliance 45-yard line. Ball comes out, but after Brown was whistled down, pick up a 14 on the running play. Minute and 45 seconds to go in the game.
Looking forward, this is an interesting road for Scottsbluff. Next week it should be a very similar game to this week. And then the week after, it looks like it's a big test for them coming up against McCook,
who lost tonight at home to Aurora 21-7. Brown flips it out to Ackerman. Multiple defenders arrive. So 36 was there. That's Isaiah Carney. And also Preston Anderson there defensively as well. So Carney and Anderson combine on the stop. No gain. And there's 56 seconds to play. 35-0. Alliance with the backups in. Not sure we're going to see some points on this drive. Inside give, and with the run across the 50 inside the Scottsbluff 45 down to the 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on the carry for Alliance was, well, they've had a lot of jersey swapping going on. Two receivers left. Inside give to the fullback, and that's number 45. No name attached to that number on the... Oh, yeah, here we go. Nolan Nagaki maybe getting a running play late. Final few seconds tick off the clock. Pretty academic at this point. Final score as Scottsbluff comes on the road and rolls to a shutout victory by the final of 35-0. We'll step away and get to our Runs of Postgame show coming up right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Well, Runza doesn't like to think of themselves as just another restaurant. They like to think of themselves as part of the community. Runza with locations in Scottsbluff, Gearing, and Chadron. Well, since there's going to be no suspense here tonight, on Player of the Game honors. Let's just jump to it here quickly. Player of the Game brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition. Unwrap the original before or after every game as the Cats come on the road and win tonight in dominant fashion. They beat Alliance here 35-0, and Alex Galindo will be your Taco John's Player of the Game tonight for the Bearcats. He finishes with 5 total touchdowns, 4 rushing, 1 receiving. Picked up 134 yards in the ground game and tacked on another 56 yards receiving. Alex Galindo, your Taco John's Player of the Game tonight for the victorious Scottsbluff Bearcats. Cats have now won 3 straight after 3 losses to open the year. 3-3 the record. Officially with the NSAA, that would be 2-2 as they look to continue a strong late charge here. They will be home next week to play Lexington. Always tough on the road the week after when you go to McCook, and then home for Gering. So 5-2 for the NSAA PowerPoint standings. A very real possibility here for Scottsbluff. And who'd have thunk it after 3 straight losses to start the year to Columbus, Hastings, and Aurora. But the reality is those are all 3 really good football teams. And maybe it wasn't in the moment, but maybe made this team better. And you really got to credit the coaching staff for keeping these guys locked in, engaged, and believing, don't you?
Yeah, they've really found a good identity the last few weeks after they struggled from the start. So it's really nice seeing that identity that they're really defining themselves.
Alex Galindo, your Taco John's Player of the Game. We'll come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Allo Communications has an exciting update on our Allo for Education program. This season alone, we have donated another $125,000 to local schools across our fiberhoods. That's over $325,000 since we started. We are committed to our communities, our schools, closing the digital divide, and building a brighter future for our students. Make the switch to Allo today and we'll donate $50 to the participating school of your choice. Allo for Education ends on September 30th, so hurry and visit us at allofiber.com/education.
Convincing fashion on the road at Alliance by the final of 35-0. Quickly, Noah, let's run through a few of those post-game stats. Again, check on numbers brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and the Rockpile Division and Service.
Yeah, we talked about it at halftime. It's not really getting themselves going there in the first half, and really we saw a lot of the same in the second half. Keegan Grant led him in rushing with 46 yards. Keeson Clark had a decent day with 156 yards and that 1 pick. Chase King followed up his really good performance last week against Gering with 101 yards receiving. And on Scottsbluff's side, once again, it was the Allen show with those 5 touchdowns. He had 134 yards on the ground. Jackson Ostick also pitched in 54 on the ground. And Brett Hill had a pretty solid day in the air. He had 143 yards and a touchdown through there. And Alex Galindo contributing 56 yards and a touchdown in the receiving, and James Bruner also contributing 72 yards. So they did a good job of spreading it out, but really we saw Alex Galindo take advantage of many of his opportunities.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns, player of the game. Good rush attack tonight, as always, for the Cats, and well over 100 yards in the passing game for Brett Hill. We'll come back and visit with head coach Judd Hall right after this on the Runs a Post-Game Show.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Time to catch up with a victorious, now for a third week in a row, head coach for the Bearcats, Judd Hall. Coach, you said on our pregame show and we visited earlier this week, the first thing you told the team Monday is now we're in the same position that Northwest was in a week ago. They'd come off a big win and you clipped them at your place, and you wanted your guys to avoid that same fate here tonight. Come to town at Alliance, district opponent or rival, you take care of business. Some overall thoughts?
I thought we played really good in the first half. Again, we were able to control the ball. Capitalize on some turnovers that we were able to get in the first half. Kind of did it with the run and the pass early, and then we were able just to rely on our run game as down the stretch. A little disappointed with our effort after halftime. Thought we were kind of going through the motions in the third quarter. So we got to definitely find a way to respond after halftime and play with the same intensity coming out of half.
Yeah, Noah caught it. He said there was a spot where it wasn't just the starters you called over. You gathered the entire team over on the sideline, and he said it was a little motivational speech. He was pretty sure. What'd you say to the guys?
I just told him that I was disappointed in our effort. It was really lackadaisical, I thought. Sidelines were very quiet, dead. Nobody was excited on the sidelines, and that kind of just spilled over onto the guys that were playing on the field. So we always talk about everybody on our team having a role. If you're on the sidelines, you're there for a reason. We brought you on the bus for a reason. So you need to do your job on the sideline. If you're on the field, you need to play as hard as you can on every play. And I don't think we were doing that for a majority of the third quarter. So I thought it was time to remind them that we needed to do that during that timeout.
How about those two big pass plays that Brett put the ball absolutely on the money? Alex caught it in stride, easy walk into the end zone, and the bomb to James Bruner was absolutely where he needed to put it, and James came up with the big play.
Yeah, we've been working on that combination to both Alex and to James in practice. So it's nice to see that we're able to connect that in a live game situation. It's always easy to connect on those in practice when there's no defense or on air. So it's nice to see that come together, and those guys execute that during the game.
Alex came into play tonight with 7 touchdowns. He'll head home on the bus with a total of 12 now on the year.
He's a special player for us. He really is. We find a variety of ways, or keep continuing to try and find a variety of ways to get him the football, because he's a playmaker. He was able to score in the run game, the pass game. Tonight we tried to do some different things with him to keep defenses guessing on what we're going to do with Alex, but that's something we need to continue to do as a coaching staff is get our playmakers the ball.
One thing, and I meant to ask you about this young man during the pregame show this week, and I failed to, but he gave us a reason to here, and that's your kicker, Plasto Rodriguez. I mean, we talk about quarterbacks evading pressure. As a punter, he did it tonight, came up with a great coffin corner boot down inside the 5, but he's been pretty consistent all year on the PATs. I know there was a miss tonight, but in the PAT game, in the kickoffs, in the punting, he's done a good job replacing what was a great kicker a year ago with Bash.
He is, and Placido came to us start of the season, said, "Coach, I just want to kick. Will you let me do that? Do I have to go to tight end drills, or do I have to go to linebacker drills?" And I go, "Placido, if you want to kick, that's something you're passionate about, yes, you can come to practice and kick." So he comes out there. He is out there from the start of practice to the end of practice, helping with scout team, helping snap balls to our quarterbacks, shagging balls during 7-on-7 time, and then when it's time for him to kick, he'll go to his spot on the field, and he practices hard for an hour, at least an hour every day on punting and kicking, and then he helps us out. So what a tremendous kid to add to our team, and we're thankful for him.
Total team kid, willing to help out on the scout team just to give a look, and I mean that's a great teammate right there.
It is. Those are the kids that you enjoy having on your team, guys that are team guys first, and we have a number of them on our team, but Placido's just another great example of that.
Can you believe? Are you surprised at where you guys are at now, just 3 weeks removed from a winless start? Or I mean, those teams now, if you look at those records, your first 3 opponents all pretty salty. And Rory got a win tonight over McCook. Northwest bounced back after you beat them last week. They beat Seward tonight, 24-17. So all of a sudden, you guys are really cooking.
Yeah, I think we're playing good football right now, and I think that's what you want to do as you continue to move on through your district season. So another district opponent next week in Lexington with the most horrendous week of the year in homecoming week every year. You know, there's so many distractions. There's so many things that our kids are going to be involved in. We want them to have those high school experiences because that's part of it, but we also want them to maintain focus and understand that we have a big job on Friday night at 7.
Coach Vincent taught you well on your thoughts about homecoming week, didn't he?
Yeah, it's been the same thing. You know, I try and tell the story every year. I remember one thing from my senior homecoming. We lost the game 14-7. You know, I don't remember what dress-up day was on Monday. I don't remember what dress-up day was on Tuesday. I know we did it, but the only thing I remember is that we lost our senior year homecoming game 14-7. So I've got to do a great job of preparing these guys, allowing them to have fun and be high school kids, but I also have to keep them grounded and make sure they understand the importance of the game on Friday night at 7.
Coach, team's rolling right now. It's been fun to watch the development over the last few weeks. We hope to see some more coming up next week. Hard to believe we're 6 weeks in already to this year's high school football season. 35-0 the final tonight. Congrats on a third straight win. Have a safe trip home, and congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
You bet. We'll come back with more and start to wrap things up right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
All right, final score here tonight. Scottsbluff a winner on the road, 35-0. No, we just heard from head coach Judd Hall. Some overall thoughts on what you saw tonight.
Yeah, I thought they built on their momentum that they started last week, and really all they needed to do tonight was come out and take care of business, and they may have looked a little sloppy at times, but overall that's what they did, came out and handled business.
Final score 35-0. Cats 3-3, 2-2 officially with the NSAA. Alex Galindo scores 5 touchdowns, 4 rushing and 1 receiving. And Scottsbluff will saddle up, head home, take the weekend off, and get ready for homecoming week. You heard Coach Hall with his thoughts on the football side of dealing with homecoming week. And Lexington will be in. Opponent should help the matters a little bit next week as far as what we're going to see on the game field come Friday night. So Scottsbluff hosting Alliance. That'll be a week from tonight. Folks, travel home safely and have a great rest of your weekend. Final score from Alliance tonight. Scottsbluff rolls 35-0 on our West Coast scoreboard.